Hi, I didn't write um, myself out today, an aspect of myself, because I haven't yet allowed and accepted myself to be 100% efficient with my time. In other words, still allowing and accepting myself to have moments where I procrastinate and participate in distractions instead of doing what needs to be done with the moment, and to make every moment count by applying myself to the things that will count, such as my academics, communication skills, all sorts of skills, reading, writing, destiny. Haven't yet allowed and accepted myself to be 100% efficient yet. Also, this will be day one of experimenting with a new sleeping routine, because I think I mentioned this in my last vlog. Well, this time today, it'll be day one of actually implementing it. And to make a long list short, it is hmm, it is establishing a routine and making gradual changes to my sleep pattern instead of trying to do it in one go and trying to shortcut the process of waking up on time to go to school. These past few days, I've been sleeping through the loud ringing of my alarm clock, and that's not helping. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Now, moving on to past events, maybe. Yeah, most recently, I asked my mom if I could get a Kindle, an ebook reader, for Christmas/birthday, because at the moment I have many ebooks that I would like to read, and I'd like to use transport times and times in between activities to read and use that time more effectively, because I understand that those times do add up one and equally with the times that I use to for main activities, so to speak, like going to school or going to an event, doing homework. Yeah. However, due to, well, first of all, due to my presentation and my appearance, as how I speak and what I spoke to my mother, my mother, mother, she reacted very strongly emotionally to it and basically closed off and before she said, I will get you this Kindle if you get to school on time every day. And then after asking her, what did I ask her? After making a remark, a confrontational remark, I don't remember exactly my words, which means it was done from a personality perspective rather than a best for all perspective. She changed from a conditional yes to an unconditional no. And when I asked her why and the reason, she basically said no through emotional outbursts of anger and rage. Rage is a very good word to describe it. And where I take self-responsibility within that is not to be so confrontational and be more humble, or actually be humble. Actually be humble within my conversations with people that do not allow and accept themselves to consider points about themselves, and also to actually direct myself to take the other person into consideration, actually do that before speaking my words, instead of just speaking my words. Mm, no, that doesn't work. Why, how, from what starting point did I speak that confrontational remark? It's not a point of intentional conflict. I was I was only considering myself and how I would be concerned if I didn't know the reason why I said no, placing myself in her position, but not yet placing myself in her shoes as a personality. So only taking into consideration, well, at that moment in the past, not only taking consideration of her position and not yet taking consideration of her personality and her basically pre-programming and patterns and personality tendencies, not yet intimate with enough with her as myself by considering her equally to how I consider myself. There we go. What else? Yeah. Also, perhaps the last point. Today, I saw a lot more things than I usually do. Like, for example, in viewing one picture of a person, I saw much more than I would usually. And what I did with that was I abused it. I abused that ability I allowed and accepted within myself to judge the other person instead of speak about that person, to find my self responsibility within it and really blaming other people in that insight instead of remaining here and realizing that the other person is me, and to judge and speak so much about another person, judging another person in that way is not how I would treat myself. Therefore, to stop that destructive pattern. 3 more minutes. Quickly, memories. Time limit. I will eventually write about this point because it is part of my mind as myself. Therefore, I will write it out. Thank you for watching.